welcome to B Movie Den.
Episode 8.
Yes, the Ocho.
Are we really going to go with the Ocho?
No. So, it's apologies for being a little late. Our schedule's just been, my schedule's just been hectic.
My schedule's been wide open.
So this has been this is like a last minute addition to this month.
Yeah. We're going to make it though before the end of the month, we promise.
Yes. And funny story is, we watched this, this is the first time we haven't watched it. We haven't done an episode right after watching it, because I literally drive all the way here.
Look at me. Look me dead in the eyes.
And I was like, okay.
And you're like, fuck the camera.
Yeah, and because I had to get a rental car, and then had to go, and I was like, I'm hungry. So I said, you want to get some from Burger King? So I stopped by Burger King, and I was like, how am I going to carry the food and the... Oh, I forgot the camera and the tripod and everything. But I already drove over here, so I might as well watch it. So we watched it...
Friday.
Friday?
Yeah.
Was it Friday?
Saturday. No, Saturday morning.
So we watched it 2 days ago, and now we're doing it today. It is Future Force.
So technically, this could be from the future or the past.
Oh, yeah, that's true. So Future Force. I did not know this was a David Pryor film.
And I completely forgot it was a David Pryor film.
So this is our second David A. Pryor film. I was been like, you know what, let's not repeat directors for a while.
Yeah.
And we already did. So here we are.
But then again, this is a completely different kind of film, and we didn't get Ted Pryor in this one.
Yes.
But we did get best friend,
yes.
William Zip.
Yeah. Bill Zip. Stars David Carradine, and I'm like, oh no, David Carradine's probably going to be in this for like 5 minutes. It's one of those kind of movies. No, he's in it for...
No, he's in it for the whole thing, but he doesn't even act for 5 minutes because he's just pretty much going like, ugh. I need a beer.
Just like, I gotta move my arm like this. So the cover has him with a robot arm, and
what robot arm did he use really for more than?
He literally did not do it.
He had the power glove
3 times.
And one of the times he didn't even wear it. It was by remote control. He just pushed the same button over and over and over again. And
apologies, I'm a little tired, so if I seem very tired sounding.
The cocaine hasn't set in yet, that's all.
Yeah. But, yeah, so this is a movie.
I agree.
Yeah, the cat was even like, yeah.
It did spawn a sequel called, Future Force 2.
Is it called Future Force 2?
Yeah.
Or is it Future World?
Maybe it's Future Zone.
Future Zone, that's what it was.
It might be its other title. I know it's Future Force 2 in one place.
Anyway, it starts David Carradine, and he's part of this group called COPS, Cops.
It's like Civilian Operated Procedural Services or something like that.
And
Protective Services.
Do they go into the detail of why there's no law enforcement and why we have to have
no. I mean,
denim-wearing bounty hunters?
I mean, it was kind of like one part, Judge Dredd. Kind of because they were arrested things, but they also are getting bounties. So we're the judges don't get really paid for their services because they just uphold the law. These guys just collect bounties. And that's pretty much it. And it doesn't matter if you're dead or alive.
And you're coming with me. And they're all wearing denim. They look like the Hells Angels during the Woodstock.
But we know with a nice little hand on the back.
Yeah, and so David Carradine does his, he's the quintessential gunman. He does the flip and the twirl.
He's just like, you need to come with me. I don't care if you're alive or dead.
Yeah.
Give you a choice.
Yeah, and
you have the right to die.
So it starts with, we have a big opening scene. It's nighttime.
With the greatest fight scene ever.
We get Steven Seagal looking guy and 2 minions. I don't know what they were doing.
They were just standing there.
I was like, oh no, we're starting the whole movie. This is the first scene, not the first scene, the first actual dialogue scene is this. Just like a medium shot, a bland medium shot. Like, oh no, this is gonna be a movie. This is gonna be one of those movies, isn't it? Like, nah.
It was the 80s.
There's a nut shot.
several nut shots in this film.
There's a nut shot, and he blew up their car, and that's the start. And you're like, oh hell yeah, this is gonna be like.
He blew up the car with his handgun.
He's gonna use the robot arm, and he's gonna really. It's future. It's on the cover. It's gonna be awesome. Just lasers everywhere, and that's not the movie at all.
And there's then a bunch of driving, which kind of reminds you of, Birdemic, where they drive for half the film.
Yes. So, let's just talk about the characters. You have David Carradine playing Tucker.
Yeah, it was Tucker.
Tucker. You had Roxanne. You had
It was another one of the cops.
You had Patchman. He's the guy with the eye patch and super jacked.
He's like,
you had Mustache Man. You had Chicken Shit, which was the guy in the precinct that was like, I'm gonna draw, I'm gonna beat you, and then he loses. And
he's like, huh, yeah, I barely cleared the holster.
And then he pees himself or whatever. We got Newswoman.
Yes, we got Newswoman.
The love interest.
Towards the end of the movie, I'm trying to remember the sequel because I've only seen these movies riff tracks. So I'm trying because 80% of the dialogue's kind of gone.
How before we get to the villains, how can I forget Billy?
Yes, Billy.
Ben.
I think it's Billy.
Anyway, so Billy, he builds David Carradine this robot arm, but he's in a wheelchair. You think, build yourself some robot legs, right? Or a robot spine. No. You have to build David Carradine.
And he hacks for him. Get some, get some jobs before they hit the airwaves.
He's an innovator for hackers.
Well, after hackers, this is the future.
Oh, and then we get the villains. We have
Teacher Man.
Gym Teacher Man. Okay, so I gave him a couple names. There's Gym Teacher Man. There was The Thing. There was an old shoe.
Mr. Clean.
Robert Loggia. Just Old Fisherman was a good one. He's the bald Bond henchman.
Yeah.
For Mustache Man, which is
Bill Zip.
Yeah.
So William Zip, who basically comes back for a prior film from his previous engagements. He's actually in a bunch of Pryor's films.
Yeah. He had a lot of prior work.
Yes, with David.
Yeah. So there's this. The whole movie is David Carradine, and we cut to the villains. David Carradine, cut to the villains. David Carradine, cut to the villains.
90% of David Carradine is in a car, though.
Yes.
Or the bar.
He's not doing much. He does action, but not much. There's that great strip club with the best bartender.
Oh, he's the greatest bartender.
It's like no one starts fights
except me.
He shoots
his shotgun.
I don't know. He shoots the gun and destroys. It's really not. I don't really have much to talk about this movie.
It's a lot of random scenes just kind of thrown together. Really, is how this movie done.
There's the big plot twist. Spoilers that.
William Zip's character is actually dun dun dun.
The captain of the cops precinct.
Yeah, he's actually just the police captain. It's just like, well.
And they're just like, wait, so why was he in that weird lawyer office that was all wood paneling? But that was like in the middle of the city. Well, what?
Exactly.
Also, what about the guy that was dressed like the priest? The competition.
Yeah, he blew out a helicopter and then you never saw him again. It's like, okay.
Okay, so I'm trying to think. I'm still trying to... It's been a couple days, so maybe you can remember, but... What exactly do they do? Like, William Zip. What is his criminal empire? Is it drugs?
Well, he was just... From what you kind of gather in a film, Priest Collar Man was like the head villain. Ran the criminal empire in the city, and then Zip came in and was just like, I'm taking half.
But what's the criminal empire based off of?
They didn't
Guns?
Explain it.
Drugs?
I'm guessing they're just gonna blanket everything and just say everything. It's the future, man.
Also, like how big...
It's Future Force.
I mean,
it's Future Force.
I mean, the guy did have like a rocket launcher, so I guess he does have a lot of pull. I really have nothing else. I have two things I want to say.
Only two?
The only two is, like when the remote control hands doing the thing, and then goes, and I was like,
okay.
oh wow, that's something. And then we have to talk about the cops precinct and how whoever designed it, it's awful. It doesn't even look like there's a random Confederate flag behind them, and it's not even.
It's
like,
the future, man.
It's not even a giant
Force.
Confederate flag. It's like an 8x10.
Yeah, I mean it's like just a small one.
There's computers, which I'm pretty sure none of them know how to run a computer.
That's what they have Billy for.
And he's in a dark room.
Oh yeah, he's in a dark room.
Where is he? In the basement? I don't know.
I mean, Roxanne knows where he is because she comes and finds him at one point.
Yeah.
And
then we get Squib Central with Will Zip. They're like, oh, we have all these squibs left over. Let's just use them all.
We haven't really used them. It's like one per person, but we still have like 50 left. I would just use them all in Zip.
Yeah, and
another spoiler.
I mean, the characters weren't annoying.
I mean, they could have been more annoying.
The newswoman was tame. She said, I'm not afraid, but then she hides in a corner. So I guess she is afraid.
At first she was afraid.
She
was petrified.
Tough thing is, like, I don't really have anything to say about this movie. It was just very, like, I watched it. I probably won't watch it again.
Unless you have a prior,
it's
marathon.
It's not memorable like Deadly Prey is. It's not terrible as last month. Last month's movie was terrible. This one was like, it was fine. It was good. It was passable, but it wasn't.
But just also remember, he had standards.
It wasn't notoriously terrible, and it wasn't super action-packed awesome. It was just kind of like, it's there.
He definitely did it just for a paycheck.
This was like, I feel like this is like kind of like, you gotta put out a movie, I guess.
It's like,
so since I put out a movie every year or whatever, it's just like, I gotta put this out.
It's like, here's August's movie here. Take it.
Yeah, it's kind of like this episode. It's just like
as he is. He is very excited, as you can tell.
How about you? I've been talking a lot.
I mean, like, for a prior film, it's kind of low. I've seen, like, 10 or 12 of his films by now. And I remember Future Zone being more action-packed than this one. I mean, I think Future Zone, whatever the sequel is called, being more action-packed with this one. But,
This one's like Mad Max, where it's like, the original Mad Max is so boring.
Well, it's also a lot of character development.
But then you get to Road Warrior, and you're like, oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, but that was also establishing, Max's character.
Yeah, the character?
How did he get to be the Road Warrior?
Does it matter?
Well, that's what Mad Max established.
I was just disappointed because it was promised Future and Robot Arm, and I got barely any Future and barely any Robot Arm.
Basically, you lost time.
I just wanted Robot Hand.
You just want... That sounds like a kinky fetish.
Well, now you know.
Now we know what his fleshlight design is going to be.
Yes.
The robot hand.
Do you have anything else to say? Oh, how many robot hands have 5?
How many robot hands do I give it?
How many robot AOKs do you get this movie?
I will give it...
A 5.
2. I'll give it 2 robot hands.
I'm about the same way. 2 robot AOKs. It was... Like I said, it's fine.
It will get 2 robot AOKs.
It's passable.
For Pryor, it's
forgettable.
Yeah, for Pryor, it's kind of like towards the lower end.
We watched it 2 days ago. I remember barely anything of it. There was a junkyard fight. That's all I remember. Oh, and then there was... He hugged her and said, I won't let anyone hurt you or whatever. And you're like, dude, you guys don't really like each other till just now.
Yeah, you remember you wanted to kill her at one point.
Yeah.
It's like, if you run, I'm going to kill you. And then she ran, and then you didn't kill her.
Yeah, like, it was just...
It's like... It kind of established that he didn't shoot women by that point. That was it.
Yeah. Roxanne!
And she got it bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, Roxanne got it bad.
Yeah, she got it bad. She was like, oh.
Yeah.
So, that's our thoughts on Future Force. I almost said Future Zone.
Future Force, starring David Carradine.
Let us know.
Available on Amazon Prime.
Yes. Let us know in the comment section below what you think about this. What's another David Pryor film that we don't have in the... I think we have most of them in the list.
We have at least 6.
Yeah. Let us know more. Let us know other B movies that, you know,
give us your exploitation.
Yeah, what?
Give us your exploitation films.
Yes.
Give us your grindhouse picks.
I recently, I'm just going to let everyone know, if there's enough demand, we'll do it. But I recently discovered that the Ugandan action films, like Captain Alex and stuff like that, so that's been thrown in the hat too. So, you know,
it might get chosen at some point in the future.
We usually pick stuff out of the hats, but honestly, like, if we get like a lot of like people saying, "I want you to do this film,"
yeah, if we get
a lot of traction on something, we'll do it.
Yeah.
Except if someone says, "Do The Room,"
it's like everybody's seen The Room. They know about The Room.
5 out of 5. That's all you need to know. I just did The Room for you. It's 5 out of 5. Perfect. The Troll 2. No.
You want us to do like Jaws 4? 0 out of 5.
Silent Night, Deadly Nights 2.
Part 4. It's like
2. It's not even a movie.
Garbage Day.
Yes.
It's like that.
But yeah, like let us know in the comment section below. So next month we're gonna try getting it earlier than we did this month. So don't worry.
So next month we're going to try to actually get it within the middle of the month as opposed to this one, which is very much towards the end of the month.
Yes, no promises because me and Condish, and you're involved with this, are shooting a short film in September. So, you know, keep that in mind. So, you know, comment, subscribe, share, do all that stuff.
You know, please reshare it to your heart's content.
Please.
Comment. Let us know what you think.
Yes. So until next time, I'm Wade.
And I'm Gary.
And we will see you later.